about these like regular game times and it's bright out? Are you
What a
used to it
treat,
yet?
dude.
I know.
It's weird, huh? It's weird. It's late right now. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Live from the Toyota Lounge and presented as always by Bet365. Never ordinary.
Not
Certainly
once.
not tonight. But you know what tonight is? Miller time, baby.
Oh.
Also presented by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. It's probably also Murray time, which is great. And of course, you see right there all of the good people that are hopping in the Toyota chat. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about side quests. Why? Because there's a couple side quests that could be accomplished tonight. And there's a couple more that can be accomplished tomorrow.
Okay.
And then another one that can be accomplished on Sunday. So there's a lot of side quests.
It sounds like the end of the season.
It does sound like the end of the season. We're going to look back at some of the side quests that have already happened and ones that we'll be looking forward to should they occur here in the next few days. We're also going to talk about, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Yoke locked up the MVP. Or did he? Is there something that could happen?
Oh, man.
What?
Eric?
That's how you
Stay
tease,
tuned.
bro.
I don't want to stay tuned for that.
All right, that's fine. And then we'll talk about betting later on Bet365. Dev's got all kinds of crazy. He
Stay
was just
tuned for
talking
that.
about how much he loves the bets tonight. Let me introduce the panel right now. The man with the boyish charm, Brendan Vogt.
Cheers, fellas. It's always Miller time. At least in my house. I'm so excited to be here. I say that every time, but I'll tell you why. It's because I mean it every time. Come on, man. Basketball with the fellas. What a charmed life we live.
Oh, man. He is feeling good. He is looking good. He is ready to rock.
I'm telling you, Vogt's vibes right now, unbelievable.
You've been saying it for like a week now.
Really?
Yeah.
We've had good vibes for like a week.
Thanks, guys.
Only 1 week. I've
It's
known him for
been 1
5, 6,
week.
7 years. 1 week, though, he's had good vibes.
There
Over
it is.
here,
There it is.
D-Line
Yep.
go.
What's up, guys? I also get a haircut. Nobody cares.
Yeah, his vibe's
Well, you
way
wear a
down.
hat.
wear
Yeah,
a
I can
hat.
tell.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see like a half inch of your hair.
There's a hat in your animated head on the graphics.
I'm just saying.
You
look
sleep
really
with
good.
a hat on.
I'm just saying. I mean, you guys can have your comment. I just
You're
made
just
it.
making a comment.
Did
You're
you
making
enjoy
an
your haircut?
observation.
No, I
Did you
put
keep
a hat
your-
right. I had to take my
Did
hat
you
off.
keep your
Sucked.
hat on? They give you a bowl.
He just got around
bowl.
the hat.
That would be incredible.
That would be incredible. And then over there, of course, rounding it out, the cool one, Superstar Dev.
Welcome to the Toyota Lounge. We're going to try to go into the Toyota's Winter Lounge after the
right.
game. This should be an easy one.
Man, if we don't, I'm going to be pissed. But they're playing somewhere they never win, Vote.
Yeah, they've lost 6 in a row at Utah. In the Malone tenure, they are 1-14 in Salt Lake City. That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
No,
not.
it's not.
And it's not fun that Aaron Gordon is going to miss this game, although some people might say it's wise and best in the long run. But Aaron Gordon is out, and he is out with a right foot
Foot.
strain. And Christian Brown will start in his place. Everyone else is going to go. They were on the injury report as probable. So Jamal Murray, KCP, Christian Brown, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, they're all starting. Christian Brown with another spot start. On the Utah side of things, Jordan Clarkson's out. John Collins is out. Chris Dunn is out. Walker Kessler's out. Lowry Markkinen is out.
Oh my
Colin
God.
Sexton, though, is questionable. So they've got
What?
that going for them. If that sounds like a team that's not interested in winning games, perhaps all those guys are truly hurt. And it's. I don't mean to offend anyone, but it's because they're not trying to win games. They're 29-49. They're out of this playoff race. They are 12th in the West. They're not very good. They lost to the Warriors the last time they played. But I'll tell you guys one more practice note I didn't give you at the Breckenridge Brewery Farmhouse. Michael Malone says, yeah, I know they're missing a lot of guys. Sometimes that worries me more. I know Adam feels the same way. So again, will the Nuggets be mature tonight? That's probably your big question. And those are your game notes.
I'll be honest. No, they are not. They have lost 12 in a row. They are resting all their key guys or hurt. Their key guys are out. It's a game Denver must win. Absolute stinker coming up, boys.
Here we go.
I can
Buckle
feel
up.
it coming. I think
Buckle
Nuggets
up.
win tonight in the most. I'm trying to think of what's the most frustrating way they could win. That whatever it is, that's going to be tonight. I feel.
A buzzer beater. That would be wild.
No, but that would be fun.
No,
That
it
would-
would not. It would not be fun.
It's more like they're gonna be down the whole time and then come back and win by one, but like not on a buzzer beater. Just like Utah just like dribbles the ball off their foot.
Actually, let me make a counterpoint. I'm going to go against myself. I just changed my mind.
Oh.
I think they win in blowout fashion tonight. Why?
Because
What do we-
their team is missing every single player.
That's the real reason.
That's a good answer,
Let me
Dev.
make up a fake reason why.
Oh, okay,
Dev.
my
Hold
bad,
on,
my
a
bad.
fake reason. Yesterday at practice, there was a lot of discussion about Michael Malone talk to Nikola Jokic about, hey, you guys never win in Utah. I feel like this is an inadvertent Vlatko in Jokic's ear moment where it's like, man, it's hard to win there, huh? Yeah, you've only ever won there one time. You
Jokic
never
is like,
win.
when was the last time you played?
You might not be that good, dude. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I think there's something to this. Was not on our radar until this year. How seldomly the Jokic Nuggets have won in Utah. It was this year we started talking about it. I feel like this just arrived to Jokic and Murray and everyone else, and I have a sense there's a like, all right, we gotta remedy this. I didn't realize. Remember, Jokic went hard when he realized that he had to get a triple-double on triple-double day?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the same thing. It's like, oh, we never beat Utah. All right, let's beat them tonight.
They're like, you're supposed to win. He's like, what?
Yeah.
You're supposed to
News
win.
to me.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, there's extra emphasis on this one. They are missing their starting five, and it sounds like their two best players off the bench. They're missing everyone. If you keep this close, like that's a loss in itself. So like you really have to take care of business. You don't go in here and play around because, as you know, this is just a cursed town. Everything about it is horrible. So you have to go in and just take care of business so you don't have to think about it.
I'm terrified. I gotta be honest. This game is so like meaninglessly important, and like this single game has the chance to torpedo my entire year. If the Nuggets don't show up and they lose this game and they somehow fumble the 1 seed and they don't get the wins record. It's just like there's just too much on the line here, man. I don't like this at all.
If it means anything to you, they play the Timberwolves tomorrow. It's a big game. Everybody in the NBA is playing tonight. So, and then the Timberwolves, obviously the big game tomorrow. Currently, at the end of the first quarter, a little early ATA, the Wizards are up 44-26 on the Timberwolves.
Oh my God.
44-26 at the end of the
That's
first
the
quarter.
Washington Wizards?
That's the Washington Generals, really.
Okay,
Goodness.
So I think Minnesota's going to end up winning this game. We were just talking about it. They're down 20. They're down 18 points in the first quarter.
You're gonna win by 10.
Maybe, but even if they do, it's not going to be easy. They're going to have to play hard. And this is my point. Minnesota has put themselves in a spot where they're going to have to, unfortunately for them, play really hard. I hope Denver comes out and flips that. As tonight, they're up 44-26. Maybe you can get a little rest, because I actually think it would mean something to be able to do that. So that's my hope tonight, that this Nuggets team looks focused, serious, and just handles their business.
Yeah, I mean, if you go in there and get that that mental edge, they're both going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. Minnesota has to play a hard game against a team that they should not have struggled against, and then they have to travel. Like, you already are winning the war in that sense. So, go out there and take care of business so guys can rest. You could get guys back. Hopefully Aaron Gordon's able to go tomorrow. But then you just go and show. We really want that 1 seed. We want to finish off strong. So, handle business, Denver. Go get your win in Utah.
All right, let's ask that question. The Circle K question, who's going to eat? Presented by Circle K Inner Circle Rewards. Dev, you always go first. Vote. You get first pick tonight.
Whoa. New look, new order.
Jamal Murray's going to eat.
Oh.
Jamal Murray's
New
New vote, dude. Holy smokes.
What are you guys doing?
Man, that Eclipse changed the
I know, man. It's not
Sports clips.
Sports clips, Eclipse.
They're different. Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. What was I going to say?
Jamal Murray.
Murray's going to eat. I think Jamal Murray's going to shoot 4 of 6 from 3-point range tonight. Put it on. Write that down. Don't write it down, Kel. You've got
clip
enough.
that.
You've got
Clip
enough
that.
going on. 4 of 6 from 3-point range. I think he's going to look pretty good. I think he's going to finish with 7 assists. And I think he's just he's ready to put he's eager to put his fingerprints on a win. How about a win that kind of needs someone on Denver to go and get? Because a lot of guys might just be standing and watching, assuming the guy next to them is going to get it done. Because after all, they're playing a battered Utah Jazz roster here.
I love that take, man. I love you going with Jamal, too. That would be a great story. I think it would calm the fan base down a little bit to see a great, even against this lowly Jazz team, if Murray goes off. I'll go second, fellas, and I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Largely just because I want to take Murray and Jokic
You're
off the
brave.
board and then throw it to them.
See what they do.
Yeah, just
Watch
see what they
them
do.
squirm.
But I
Yeah.
do think there is something to Jokic likes these little challenges. Vlatko told us these little things. I think tonight he's like, all right, we have to win in Utah. We never win. I don't like that I have this losing record. Winning every game. I think Jokic and the Nuggets win the next 6 games in Utah over the next 3 years.
5 pepper take, Kel. 5
I
pepper
think that's a
take.
good one.
Holy
and it
smokes.
starts tonight. Tonight's the night. We're making some bold predictions.
It's a long
here.
form feast. Did we have the starting lineup?
Did you do starting lineup?
I did. It's Christian Brown starting at the 3, Porter at the 4.
Okay,
everyone
so I
else-
think Michael Porter Jr. at the
else
4
knows.
is going to eat tonight.
That's a great
It's a very good
pick,
prediction.
Eric.
Thanks.
You're welcome, dude. Great haircut, too.
Hey, you know what? Listen, great minds think alike. They get haircuts, and they both love Michael Porter Jr. This is a good position for him. Michael Porter Jr. generally plays well out of the 4. Gets the opportunity to have a bigger defender on him that he can draw out. He's probably going to hit a bunch of threes also. He and Jamal, I guess, are going to go 3 crazy. So we'll see about this. Give me Michael Porter Jr.
I love it. Michael Porter Jr. I hope he eats tonight. That'd be
Me too.
vibey. Dev?
This one is great. This is like going into like a fast food draft, and you're going 4th, and you still have McDonald's on the board. This is just what this feels like. You guys are all wrong on who's going to eat.
By the way,
Wow.
we did have a fast food drive, and
You took
Dev
Subway.
took Subway.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
We haven't
This,
forgotten.
actually, this is taken from real life.
You know what's crazy? That's how I got on this show. That answer got me on the show. The answer is Christian Brown. He's going to eat in this one. He's a starter. He's going to get extra minutes. He's also, they're pushing him to be that backup point guard and being able to play just different positions. It's going to be easy for him to, quote unquote, eat because all he has to do is play hard, get a couple of slashes, get some blocks, finish around the rim. He's going to have a good game.
I love that there is a world in which Jokic, Murray, and Porter are not the McDonald's of the team, but Christian Brown is the McDonald's of the team. What
happen.
did we take? We took the lesser.
Yeah, this really comes into Dev's value system. Where is McDonald's? Is that the top fast food place?
In this scenario, yes, absolutely.
The McDonald's
Those fries,
nuggets.
fresh, absolutely.
McDonald's
Quarter pounder?
breakfast? Ooh.
No, that
All
breakfast.
right,
is-
what are we doing, guys?
What?
What are
All
we
right, my
doing
bad, my bad.
here?
You've got this all right.
All right, let's move it on. Let's talk about some side quests here because there are some side quests to be had. We, of course, know that actually, we should look back. Perfect triple-double. Check that one off the list. What else we have,
Check.
Kale? We have this graphic ready?
Kale's like, I got you, son.
All right, 2 perfect triple-double. We crossed that one off twice.
Check.
What else we got? Jokic, 3rd MVP, appears to be a lock right now, according to the sports books.
According to this chalkboard.
According to this chalkboard, we counted our chickens before they
Yeah,
hatched.
I don't like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. It's Kale put the thing together. I would have
Chalkboards
put that
don't
one
even
as a
look like
question
this
mark
anymore either.
Winning record on the road. This one's big. Remember Malone at Media Day talked about this is a thing that we want to do this year. Well, they already did it with 3 road games to go. That's a big one. What else we got? MPJ, 65 games.
Wow.
That's
Side
big
quest.
time.
That's kind of a big time one at the beginning of the year. We were not sold that would happen.
There's a lot of guys that haven't been able to do this, and they complained about it. This guy, coming off of multiple
That's
back
right.
surgeries, was able to knock this out. I love it.
What
That's
else we got?
crazy.
Moch, 2nd all-time in wins. Yes, that's well. You crossed that one off too, Kale. You're cursing us off. You're cursing us here.
He's got to go under
What?
TBD.
Yeah, TBD. How is
Kale.
that? Kale, what the hell, man? They got to win out
Guys,
to get
sometimes
this.
Kale gets
This guy.
excited.
Wow, so Kale counted 2 chickens.
He's
Let's
a
just-
foreshadower.
Let's just say that we're saying what we'd like to have.
That is what side quest checklist that we would like that we think might happen. All right, TBD, what do we have here? Franchise most wins, 58 is on the table still, although Razor's Edge. And then finally win in Utah is a side quest.
Gosh.
For sure.
Hopefully we can have that happen. Like we got to make that one happen because it just like never happens.
They both of those dreams die tonight if you lose to Utah. So you gotta
Man,
get
That's
it going.
big time.
I
actually.
don't. Jesus.
This is a side quest night.
This is a side. That's what it is. It's a literal side quest. The quest is tomorrow night in Denver. You had to like go across the mountains, and do the little side quest that's on the other side in Salt Lake. It's a literal side quest. You guys just played video games.
Yeah, all
there's
the time.
always a side quest
That's
like
right.
in the alleyway.
You just play like one person games or something.
You've never done that?
I have friends.
Well, that one hurt.
Wow, that's tough.
Another side quest here, you guys.
Just to FYI, Dev was saying, bragging about having internet video game friends.
Oh my god, so cool.
We just met one on the show.
We
came
did,
to the
that's
show.
Sure that you play video
I got
games.
video game friends, man. Don't hate.
Yoke tonight can pass Wilt Chamberlain for 2nd all time among in the assists leaderboard amongst centers. Only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has more. He's about 1,000 more, but he could pass Wilt Chamberlain should he get 8 assists tonight.
8? Guess what his line is at?
8.5.
8.5.
Holy smokes. Real
Stay tuned.
historians.
Stay tuned. Also, Jokic could pass Wilt Chamberlain, with 25 more assists this season, he will pass Wilt Chamberlain for most all-time in a season. Wilt once had 702. Jokic last year had 678. Jokic tonight, by the way, 677. So two assists, and he passed his last year total.
And people talk all the time about like this MVP that he's doing better than the other MVP. Like he's passing things. That hasn't been a discussion. We've talked about like the triple doubles and all of those type of things in years past, and he's going to have the most assists this year. That's like a wild stat that I did not know about. There's no way he knows about the Wilt Chamberlain one, but the universe does.
And apparently the sports books do.
And he's also, if he can get 15 rebounds a night, roughly, to close
I
out
hope
the
he
season,
boards like crazy tonight.
he gets, what is it again, 20, 15?
2,000, 1,500.
He's going to get 20 rebounds tonight. 18.
Do you think?
Yes. Who's he going up against? No
Nobody.
Walker Kessler.
Yeah, there's going to be rebounds to be had, but they might be up by too much. I
You're
would
right,
love tonight
you're
for
right,
him to
you're
get
right,
20 rebounds. That would set him up to where it actually, that's what it takes. Honestly, it's going to take a game with 20 because I'm not convinced he's going to play all 4 games even.
We do have an update to their injury report. At least Colin Sexton is also out, actually, with an
All right, well.
What the hell? I was saying before, like there needs to be an opportunity for teams to just forfeit. Like, what are we doing?
You know what, though? This is the thing. And I actually think it's a good time to have this discussion because people, I think, can get crossed up on it. Organizations tank. The rosters they build, who they decide to rest, what the coaches are comfortable with, when and when they don't call a timeout. The players on the floor never tank.
Who are the players on the floor again tonight?
But that's kind of my point, right? So it's guys that play for Utah that do not get a chance to play throughout the year. And they're auditioning for things that are bigger than what we're talking about on this show. Actually, not necessarily. There's a 1 seed, but that's not the point. These guys are going to go hard. Now, they're not good enough to beat Denver if Denver wants to beat them. They are good enough. They are all good enough to catch Denver by surprise if Denver doesn't play hard enough.
To that point, they have lost 12 in a row.
I'm not saying they're going to beat Denver.
And they have not won since March 15th, where they beat the Atlanta Hawks by 2 points. Then prior to that, they beat the Washington Wizards on March 4th. Prior to that, it was all the way back in February. Prior to that, is all the way back.
I'm not picking them to win. I'm just saying.
My point is they've won 4 games since February 6th. That's 2 months. 2 months where they have won, over 2 months where they have won 4 total games. They are not a good team. Denver should handle business even on an off night.
Yes.
Just don't tell the Nuggets that or else they'll take their foot off the gas. The MVP, guys, if you look at the odds at your sports book, minus 2,000, those are insane. That's like, Yoke's never been minus 2,000.
Like at that point, just put it up on this completed side quest chalkboard.
But is there anything that could happen between now and then that would change that? In your heart of hearts, do you think that this is locked up, D-line?
I do think so. I mean, obviously the sports books agree. It would take Luka doing something just that you could not ignore, like some ridiculously historic feat that
In 4 games?
like if he scored 100 points.
Oh, I see.
Or
yeah.
he did like some insane thing that was
Another
like
70-point game?
It's like you just, it's like right there and you're like, man, he has 2 70-point games in 1 season. That kind of thing. Like that's about the only way. But I mean, even then it's still like there'd be a little time to process. And from what it seems like the voters sort of like get in and kind of lock in. So we'll see. But I have a hard time imagining.
Well,
Yeah, I'm on the same. I think that it's pretty much locked up. This is like the least amount of conversation around who it's going to be. The wild part about it is I feel like this is the year that Jokic has had the least amount of player of the months and player of the weeks, even though he's going to win it. And I think convincingly. But also I just think that there's such a push for like trying to find somebody else to win it, that if Luka was to able to put up like 4 or 5 straight 50-point, 60-point games, like there's going to be somebody that throws enough like bait in the water that somebody's going to bite. And I feel like they have already tried to do it. No one's biting, but they try.
And if SGA had been playing and the Thunder had secured and locked up the 1 seed, which let's be honest, theoretically could have done, right? More or less, then that's a discussion. But I think he's missed so much time here down the stretch. And not so much time that he's out of the discussion, just when put head to head with Jokic. He hasn't gone and seized it, right? So I'm with you guys. I don't know. I think Jokic has this locked up, to be honest. And I think part of the reason why this conversation hasn't had so much juice is that most people have known that in the back of their minds. Most meat on the bone in the discussion was SGA versus Luka, to be honest. Jokic has had this locked up for some time, in my opinion.
Well, I will say that the award usually gets handed out in the second round. I believe it's second round. And the odds that Denver would be matched up with one of Oklahoma City or Dallas, supremely high. So we might have ourselves a little, one of those guys with a chip on their shoulder coming for Jokic at the crown. I think that makes it awesome. I love the idea of Jokic having to defend his MVP now against one of these guys. Like, all right, people said it wasn't supposed to be for him. All right, go at it. Silence all doubters, as he always does for us. All right, everybody's favorite part. Let's open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary Sportsbook app. Turn our full attention to Superstar Dev.
Nothing is ever ordinary. You know it's not ordinary? This line. Denver comes into this game as 15.5-point favorites.
Man,
and
late
typically
season
I am
betting.
terrified of this line.
He's going.
They're playing in Utah. You can't win in Utah. Denver can't. But I look at that roster that they got over there. I cannot believe that some of these players are in the NBA. That who he played for? I really don't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea that these guys were on the team. I'm going to go Denver minus 15.5.
Dude, you should really 15.5.
Blowout.
You know what? This is the dumbest bet, and I'm taking it with you because you
Blow
never
that back
said
out.
15.5. Go ahead.
He said
15.5. 15.5. I'm going to take the over 223.5. The thing is, everything about this says that this is supposed to be a under. But these are the games that make no sense. They have nobody to score, but there's always somebody that just goes off. That should not go off. And they hang around. This team's going to hang around for the first half, and it's going to piss us all off, and then they're just going to go crazy and get blown out in the second half. It just always works this way. So if you want to wait to take that 15.5 at a lower number, do that. But they're going to win by 15 at least.
Okay.
Betting for Utah,
I can't wait for this part. Give us the guys on the Utah side of things.
Who's gets you over?
So betting for Utah, I feel like a Porter. Man. I'm going to go over 12.5 points for Bryce Sensabaugh.
He's been actually killing
Who
it.
he play for?
That dude is he's not that bad. He got us a hit last time they played each other. I think it's going to happen. They have one guy that people probably recognize on this team, Keontae George. They have his over-under at 6.5 assists. Yeah. On a night where no one else is playing, take his under of assists. Yeah. He's not passing. And if he does pass it, who is he passing it to? Yeah. No one's going to be able to score that. Under 6.5 assists.
Who do you feel is going to score more tonight? Do you think it's going to be Taylor Hendricks or Johnny Juzang? Like, who are you more concerned about?
The Juzangarang, dude.
Legitimately good answer, I think.
Are you sure it's not Omer Yurtseven? Or what about him?
Are these?
Who do you think is going to match up with
You're just
him?
making noises.
These are anime characters. What are you talking about? You're just making things up. Okay, on Denver's side of things.
Tonight, just watch.
Denver's lines are cooked. Like, in a blowout like this, I can't believe that these are like the numbers. But we start where we always start. Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 3-pointers.
Speaking my language right now.
We all love this one. We root for it. We scream when he does it. We just got to make sure it happens. Over 2.5 3-pointers, I think he's going to hit it. They have Jamal's line way too low. Both said he's going to eat. I also think he's going to eat. Not too much, though. Over 16.5 points is all he has to do. I don't think that he has to press to even get these numbers. I think that he's just going to be able to just get it. I think it's a bit easy one. I like Justin Holiday over 4.5 points.
I love this bet. 4.5?
All you have to do is knock down 2 3-pointers.
I'm so in on this bet.
I think he's going to take a few of them.
I think
like
you're right about
over
this.
Over 4.5.
Like
4.5 is such a perfect line because if it's a 3, all right, 2 buckets. If it's 2 2s, though,
oh, he's screwed.
You're kind of like,
you got to get his feet right. This is one that we
he's going to get some time
about.
tonight. He's going to get some
I
time.
think
he
so
gets
too.
some time. They have Jokic's line. His points are at 28.5.
I don't like
I just think that that's way too much. I'm sadly going to take the under.
This is the first time in show history you're taking a Jokic under.
Under.
You want to talk about bad juju?
You want to talk about good juju?
Yeah.
Juzang?
The universe says all he needs is 8 assists to break the record.
Okay.
His line is 8.5 assists.
Okay.
I like
We're
this
gonna
one.
go over 8.5 assists.
I actually like this one a
This
lot.
feels like a fuck around game for him, but he's going to be able to get it with assists. I think he's just going to just try to pass. I think he gets this early. 8.5 is just too low.
The reason I like this is when you're playing young guys like Yurtseven and Johnny Juzang, when you're playing these guys, they're not locked into complex rotations. They're locked into basic rotations. Yoke loves basic rotations. That's 12 dimes for Yoke. So I like assist tonight.
And for the lock, the one that we know for a fact is going to hit.
Okay.
We already talked about it. Christian Brown, over 16.5 points, rebounds, and
That
assists.
feels like a lot.
Yeah.
There's
dude.
no AG.
I'm
the
on
points,
the Dalton
rebounds, and
Dev
assists.
train right now, which
There's
is
no
never a
AG.
good place to be.
He will have to play more. They're going to want to get him involved. This is where you try to feed his ego going into the playoffs. You need some type of rotation. He's getting the start later on in the season. He's going to get those extra points and that bump from not having to score, but I think he's going to score. 16.5 assists, way too low for him. That's the lock.
I think the fans in Utah confused, just start rooting for him.
I know. They're like all.
That looks like our guys.
They're like, I know. It feels like booing a mirror.
Guys, Nuggets, Jazz. What an interesting game.
In a manner of speaking.
A manner of speaking, but we're going to go watch it down at the DNVR. We have super chats in the pregame show.
All right,
Hell
let's
yeah,
finish
fellas.
strong.
Sickos,
Emily White
baby.
chiming in to say, with the new Toyota sponsorship, should we be calling these super chats?
Oh, that's so good.
Sorry if someone already said this.
No,
All the Nuggets are doing.
sorry if somebody already came up
Nope,
with that great
you
pun.
actually just did some branding work
That was
for us,
incredible.
so-
You know what? It is from now on the super chats.
Good work, Emily. Paying to work for us. Ladre Grant. Wizards putting in work. Let's go.
That would be the funniest thing to happen.
I mean, they'd already cut it down to 9 or something. last
Yeah, I
time.
mean, it's the Wizards. They're DEFCON 1 right now that they were up 20.
I've heard this a lot, by the way, from the folks out in Utah. Blake says, I moved to Utah 4 years ago, and I've gone to every game, and they've lost every game I've been to. Tonight I'm staying home to break the curse.
Hey, your sacrifice is
Yeah,
appreciated.
we respect it.
Is that it? All right. I'm hungry, guys. Let's go eat at the bar. Maybe have a drink, too. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hit that like button on the way out. See you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.